And we are live. Sunday Night with Those Guys, and Sunday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys.
Hey Herman, what's up? What's up? How are you? Happy Sunday to you. Happy
What's
Sunday.
going on, man?
How are you, man? Hope your weekend is
Hanging
going
in there.
You're
Having a
doing
good time over here. Enjoying my Sunday.
Okay, that's what's up. Good morning, Rob. Feet on the ground. Good
Rob,
morning.
good, man.
Have you heard any Phantom? Have you heard any Aussie rap lately? Robert Glazier, how are you? Mr. J's RC was here first. One Vision Ariel,
Nope.
what's up, guys? Huh?
No, I haven't, Rob. No, I haven't.
He hasn't yet. Well, you're going to have to send him some, Rob. Tell Sue good morning. Good morning to you guys over there in Australia. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys.
Yeah,
Another week on,
Sunday.
Herman.
Another
Sky
Sunday.
Control, aloha from Hawaii. Thanks for coming into the live stream. You're here early. We got a lot of good stuff
How are
to
you?
talk about. Welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. I know it's still early day over there in Hawaii. There's a 3-hour difference from here to California. I think it's about a 5-hour difference to Hawaii. I could be wrong. Rob says he sent you a link, so I guess you'll check it out. Fly Guy Merrill, good evening. How are you, man?
I guess I'll get it when I get off the stream, and I'll check it out after that.
Definitely.
I'm really curious to know. I'm really curious to hear what it sounds like. Is it new?
Yeah. Is it new, Rob? Feet on the ground? Is it new rap? Is it old rap?
The new material? A couple of years old. Is it
you? Is it Rob? Is it him, right? I wonder. Rob's not a rapper. He's a metalhead. I know. Rob is definitely a metalhead. But anyway, welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. We're back again, and right now it is Sunday, January 23rd, 2022, 5:03 p.m. Stephen is out of quarantine, right, Herman?
He should be.
Yeah. I saw some pictures he posted. He was like, we get off of quarantine at midnight, but we still have to wait until 8 in the morning to leave the hotel.
Yeah, he did tell me that. He has to now go to. He can go to another place, but he can come and go from that place. So I mean, he can still do his work. He can come and go. You all right?
Right. Rob,
what's up, man?
Rob says it's a couple of years old, but they still going strong.
Okay.
Aviano, Rob C, how are you, man? Hope all is well. Hey, Rob C, I sent you some KRS-One, man, on Messenger. You got to check it out. Rob C's a KRS-One fan too, Armin. I sent it to him. You have to check that out. Rob, KRS-One may be coming to sweep hip hop back into shape, because the crap they're playing on the radio these days is not hip hop. Max Air 420, what's good, man? How are you, sir? Hope all is well. How was you guys' weeks? Did you guys get a chance to fly? I know it's been cold mostly over the United States. Robert Glazier has been putting out mad videos. I've been seeing a lot of videos he's been putting out.
One a week, one a day, something like that. 5 a week.
Huh? Yeah, I think about 5 a week, if not more. Newfound Drone, how are you, man? Welcome to the live stream. Yes, we appreciate you coming in. We appreciate you all coming. I used to listen to KRS-One. Well, check this out. Newfound Drone. I'm going to put a link in the chat. Don't go check it out now, because I'm excited about hip hop again, Herman, because I seriously am. I have it on my Facebook page. Let me go pull it up, and I'll put the link in the chat. And if you are a KRS-One fan, you need to go check this site out, this page out, because he put it on
Heaven sent, I can prove this.
Sorry about that. Sorry. I had it blasting, as you could tell.
You're doing real good there.
Oh, sorry. But here, check out the link. It's on Facebook. Take it, save the link, and come back to the show. Flew drones up at 10,000 feet.
Ooh, what?
Where is this? We're in Hawaii? Or did you flew out to 10,000 feet? Not up to 10,000. Did you fly out to 10,000? You got to specify that. If you flew out 10,000 feet or you went up 10,000 feet.
Either way, it's far.
Max Ergo, yeah. Either way, it is far. I don't know what the rules are in Hawaii. That's why I'm asking you. Was it 10,000 feet out or was it 10,000 feet up? Another one was the alcoholics. Oh, newfound drone dating himself. You see that? All right.
Well, I mean, not really. I mean, that's not that.
Huh?
That's not that old.
No, it's not. Robert Glazer says I'm retired from everything but droning. So national park. Oh, and the national park went up. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's what's up, because I don't, like I said, I don't know what the laws are in Hawaii. Tammy and I flew night to test some new equipment on my hotel fire department.
Isn't Hawaii the United States?
They are, but
But
listen, they are, but people do things different in different places. You know that. New York is part of the United States. You see the shit they do here.
You said.
But we won't get into none of that. Top of the mountain. Oh, you went to the top of the mountain and then flew up. Okay, that's what's up. You know, Hawaii would be a really, really nice bucket list.
What's
up,
Roger?
How are you? What's up, Roger?
Cool,
Drone Visuals. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. We appreciate you guys coming in and
the chat over there by Roger and them the other day. Yeah, I was on my phone because I was on the go and put still Roger and them was live and I checked them out.
Yeah, I've stepped into the chat a couple of times while they were on. It's good to see you back on doing streams, Roger, the way you used to do them. Hint, hint.
Did Paul go live
yet? Oh, probably. He probably will in about 5 minutes or whatever. He's got to see. Everyone's got to see what's happening on live streams. Yeah, that going live while everyone else goes live. You have that option. I'm glad you can do it. I'm actually Newfound Production, also Novice. Another good one was the Loonies. I'm not familiar with them. You're gonna have to send me something, man, on Facebook. You have me on Facebook, man. Definitely send me something in Messenger. I'm not familiar, or maybe I am, and I just don't remember the name. I am 58, so. Canadian Roger, we appreciate you coming in. Like I said, I'm glad. Mendez Drone Ops, I'm glad you're back to doing your live streams the way you used to, where you're comfortable and you're enjoying it again. Mob Deep, Goody Mob. Newfound Drone keeps going in. He sound like his library.
Yeah, see,
eye control. See, eye
he's
control.
Going back 20 years or so.
You remember that? It got 5 on it. Tammy Jean, how are you?
22.
Huh?
He's going back about 21, 22 years now.
Yeah, man. Yes. But if you haven't seen KRS-One's new shit, I'm telling you right now, it's what he did there brought back my new love for hip hop again. Seriously. I don't own any new music. I haven't brought music in at least 10 years, 15 years, easy.
All right.
So I would invest in KRS-One. Plus, when I was a graffiti writer, me and some friends back in the late '80s, mid to late '80s, I actually got to meet KRS-One in the D Yard. What you know, Herman, Uptown is one of the largest subway yards in the five boroughs. And back then, he was writing something else before he was writing KRS-One. In other words, when you met somebody in the train yards, what you would do is tell them you were someone else.
Uh-huh.
And then I caught him writing KRS-One. And I was like, yo, dude, man, I love your music shit. He's like, yo, the other name is for people who don't know I rap and stuff like that. It was interesting. But I did meet him that night in the subway yard. Shook One's Mob Deep was his jam, Newfound Drones. He having flashbacks now, man. He's going back. And One Eye, One Vision, Aerials, DMX. You guys, listen, back when music was music or rap was rap.
What I will say is this.
And none of those people wore these skinny jeans they wear today.
I listen to all of it. And some of these guys today are talented in their own way. I mean,
minus the skinny jean.
I can understand why some of these kids relate to the jibber jabber that we might say that these kids have today, but it's not for you to relate to it. You know what I mean? It's the same way, you know, your parents and grandparents didn't relate to the stuff you were listening to.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there was a time where people thought that all hip hop was against the police. And I'm like,
yeah.
It's either you just not listening to it or you just have your consensus because that's just what old people think.
Right. You know, so
right. Well, I don't know. I mean, we can all think that they're a bunch of skinny jeans, pill popping, you know, half alcoholic, all we want, but hey.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I remember having a little transistor radio, listening to stuff on the radio when I was younger, and I would be at my grandmother's house, and she would walk by a couple of times and be like, "What's that you're listening to?" And I'm like, "It's music today," and I would be bopping my head, and she's like, "That's not music," and go back in the kitchen. I thought it was funny. It's like you said, our relatives. Older relatives didn't find the stuff we listened to like music, and we thought the stuff they listened to was outdated, didn't we? Oh wow, Heavy D and the Boys. Now you're going old school.
Well, see, this goes back to what I said before to you. When it comes to music, you see how he can call up songs like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's because good music is good music. And even the stuff that parents listen to, there was stuff that you like because good music is good music.
Correct.
You understand? You can't take that away from music. Curtis.
What's up, bro? How are you, Curtis? I hope all is well over there on the West Coast in Washington State. We missed you, man. You need to pop up. In fact, Curtis, I need to hit you up on Messenger. You're just a man. He's just a man. What we were talking about earlier, Herman? He's just a man. They call Curtis Captain Livestream.
What I told you.
Mine is back. Yep, Curtis is the one. Hilltop Hoods are sick. I've never heard. See, you got to send me this stuff in Messenger, Rob. But Rob sends me music every now and then in Messenger of stuff or he's listening to. And so, Curtis Dart, I hope all is well with you and your family. My mother thought I was listening to the same song for 5 years. All she could hear was bass and the beat coming through the walls. Yeah, exactly, Tim. Eugene, all you hear that boom, 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 boom. And if you were in the house music, it was boom, boom, boom. You know the deal, Herbert. That 4/4, that house beat, or
same music, same beat, same constant. No, it's a different song.
Yes, no, Curtis, you're not in trouble, bro. No. Captain Livestream. That's all I'm gonna say.
There was something that was going on, and I was like, and I said it like 100 times, and then it just came full circle. And I said, Curtis.
Yeah. He said Curtis is the one that knows. And it's funny you come in. So they say if you talk about someone, Rob just sent me something. I'm gonna have to check it out after the stream, Rob, definitely while I'm eating dinner. But they say, Curtis, Tim Jackson, one love from Australia. Your boy Rob is here. Rob, feet on the ground, he's here. But Curtis,
Jackson, yeah, Rob is in here.
If you pop
Rob,
up,
and Rob
mentioned you. What's that?
We got Rob, and Robert in here.
Yeah. But they say if you mention someone in conversation and they pop up shortly afterwards, they're going to live a long time. So that's a plus, Curtis. Oh, that was just like the middle school band I was in. Tim Jackson. I could imagine Tim Jackson in a rock band when he was living here in the States.
What, in middle
Did you have a mullet, Tim Jackson? Come on, don't tell me you had a mullet, because I'd like to see a picture of that. That would be interesting. But anyway, hope all you guys are having a good week. My week was okay. I was actually lazy this week, and I want to let you guys know I will not be putting out a video from the meetup that Ken Heron had on New Year's Day. Only because I want. Right. Time has passed. January's almost over. And also, I have a project that I want to try and work on. So, hey, don't be dissing the mullet. Bad karma. I had a mullet one time. No.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I said. I've been making bucks with the ROV like crazy dollars. I can imagine you should have about 2 of those ROVs by now. I'm imagining. Curtis was the one who introduced us, remember? So I was showing us little mini subs like Flipper. Johnny Drone Flyer was good, my friend. How are you, man?
A little something.
In the middle school, I played trumpet and even wrote some songs. They still play to this day at football games. Interesting. Very interesting.
Middle school? Okay.
Yeah. He says in middle school. We have a bunch of talented people in here. We need to get together and
like
just get together and have a live stream and listen to some old school music.
Yeah,
some old
hits. Got 3 of them.
What? Oh, he does have 3 right now. See? Okay. See, if the water wasn't so murky here in New York, that would be worth an investment.
Still say, go down there, you don't know what you're going to see.
I know. That's it. Hey, Epic, I rocked a mullet in primary school. Sexy as Rob, I could imagine you with a mullet because you're bald as fuck now. So I could see Rob. I could see Rob with a mullet. Rob, Tim Jackson. There are a few people I could probably picture. I know Curtis Dart had a mullet. I know you had a mullet, dude. You already drive trucks. It's a prerequisite back in the day when you drove truck to have a mullet.
Tim played in the in band. He was in the band in high school.
Click that like button, guys.
He was in the band in high school, and
Newfound Drone. Can you remember Onyx?
Hold on, you played in the band in high school at the football games, or you played in the band and you was on the football team?
Hold on, let's see this one. Someone sent me a picture of them with a mullet. I am going to put this picture up. I will not say who it is. Okay, let me download the picture. Let me save the image so I don't incriminate anyone. Okay, hold on.
Would you just post that on Facebook?
There's a mullet for you. You can show if you want. Okay, I do have permission to show this mullet. I just have to pull up the picture.
Hold on a second. You just posted it on Facebook.
What happened?
You just posted it on Facebook.
Yeah.
The whole world will see it now.
Huh?
The whole world will see it now.
Well, I'm not going to say who it is because they'll have to say in the chat, but give me a second. I'm pulling up the picture
Oh,
now.
okay.
It's just, I have several hundred pictures to go through. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Downloaded. Come on, man. I don't have oh,
I
here we go.
got you. He
Here
was
it
in
is.
middle school.
Guys, I'm going to share the screen right now. And now this is a mullet on the left side there. There we go. Back here, all that was mullet. You called those neck warmers back in the day. Thanks for sending the picture, man. Yep, that's definitely a mullet back there. Wow, impressive. That's we might have to have a mullet show off one day. Have these guys load up the pictures of when they wear mullets,
You
Herman.
showed it?
Yes, yes, yes. I was streaming it. Yeah. That's funny.
Well,
He
we all
said
know who that
Ken
is.
Jackson was in the band, not football.
No, I
Thank you for
heard, I read it.
thank
We know who
thank you
that
for
is.
letting me show that mullet. Okay. You can identify yourself in the chat if you want. I don't have no parts of that.
No one, you said that you're not going to say who it is. We all know who that is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. If you live in New York, you know who that is. Mm-hmm. That's a baby mullet. I'll send you some real mullets. All right. Do that, Rob, when you get a chance. Hey, what's up, Chris?
What's up, man?
All right.
Anything more than that is a helmet.
JSK, how are you, Leonard? He said, see if they could guess who it was, Herman.
What happened?
He said, see if they could guess who it is. So I'm going to blow it up some more. Hold on. And I mean, if you live in New York and you know this guy, I don't know if you're outside of New York, but this gentleman right here, if you could guess who that is, you're good. That's all I can say. But he is a drone pilot from here in New York City, and the face is the same, just a little younger and thinner. And then that mullet, oh my goodness. Definitely kept the sun off your neck on sunny days. That's all I can say. You guys can guess who it is. He's in the chat right now. I don't know how well you know him, but you should. Evening to everyone out there. Please click that like button now so you don't have to do it later on, guys. I'd appreciate it. And Herman, we're going to get to that first story. All right. Now, unfortunately, I do not have video footage of this, but this was Drones for Good, and there was a dog who was lured to safety via sausages. It says rescuers use sausages to lure Millie, the dog, who is a she's a rescue dog. She slipped her collar and went missing on Thursday, January 13th in Hampshire, South England. And alerted by her worried owner, the Denmead Drone Search and Rescue was able to find Millie and track her. And this particular Denmead Drone Search and Rescue does only drone search and rescue for animals, which is strange, but they've been doing it supposedly for 20 years now. Sorry. Wrong. I was looking at two different things. They say after covering a large distance, the dog became stranded on mud flats that can flood in high tide. 20-year-old Denmead Drone Search and Rescue volunteer Stephanie Dennis volunteered to go find the dog. And I have a picture here, but it's really blurry and crappy for pictures. I see the pictures you guys are sending. They're sending pictures on Messenger now of mullets. Let me get through the story.
I saw that.
It goes on to say a neighbor helps out by frying up sausages. One of the guys called Dave as a last resort, why don't we try a sausage? try tying a sausage to a drone, the guy suggested, because every time they went out in this muddy, marsh area, almost swamp, and the dog kept going out further and further. And after a while, you step in mud and you get stuck. And the dog was spooked by whatever, and they couldn't catch it. They had police, the helicopter scared it, and he just kept running and running. So the neighbors provided a string, and a team of volunteers set out tying the cooked sausages to the drone, and they lured the dog back to safety. Even they went even as far as to say, Herman, that I am going to check it, Curtis, in a sec. They even went as far as to say that the dog jumped up and snatched one of the sausages off.
Yeah, half of the sausage.
Right.
The interesting part about it is that they had this thing. They didn't know how close to the ground that they actually were flying this, because they really couldn't see well. So they were anywhere between 6 to 9.5, almost 10 feet off the ground.
Holy crap!
With the sausage. You know, it's odd because it's funny how this dog, it said, is a rescue dog. So basically, it's a dog that was rescued from like a shelter or something like that. So I guess it's still getting adapted to being with the owner on a leash and stuff like that.
Right.
Got scared and ran, but you know, it was stuck on that mud flat for 2 days. You know, of the 3 days that the dog was actually missing. So,
and you wanna laugh, Herman?
What?
You saw it? Did you see these pictures? Okay.
Yeah, I tried not to look at them, but the dog, the poor dog, was stuck out there. You know, and it actually, after jumping up and getting the piece of the sausage, the dog just followed the sausage out of the
because it wanted some more damn sausage.
Well, stuck out there for 3 days, nothing to eat, all because you wanted to run away.
Right. Well, I'm gonna stick with the drone news. I just wanted to show you guys a picture. Someone in the chat, we were talking about mullets, Herman. Let's see if you know who this is, Herman, in the chat. I mean, in here. If you look at the face, I've already blown it up. I can't blow it up anymore. But if you look at that face right there, you know who it is in the chat. A little thinner also. But that mullet goes down to there. Now, if you can't guess who that is, nobody will guess who the hell this is. That's a mullet. In fact, that's not a mullet, dude. That's a braid. Mullet should be cut off at the shoulder. I don't know. I'm not a mullet professional, but these are two people in the chat that sent pictures. This is actually feet on the ground, Rob. And this one here is Curtis Dart. I thought you guys would find that a little interesting. Oh, shit. Wow. What did I do? All right, well, I'm still live. I need to go back into the studio. I just kicked myself out of the live stream.
Out of the studio?
I'm doing great there, right?
Yeah.
But fortunately, I can get back in. I am back. Here we go. I went to close that window, and that just... Later, Jackson RC, Epic Check Facebook. I did see that. What'd you say, Herman?
He had sent me that picture too.
That's wow. That's not wow. All right, that's enough with mullets. You guys are starting to scare me. Who's the Joe Dirt look-alike? Oh, that was Curtis Dart.
Yeah,
that was Curtis Dart in the with the black pants on in the band. The one with the mullet going all the way down, that was Feet on the Ground from Australia. No, y'all still hear it. Oh yeah, thanks, Curtis. No, what I did was I closed down the show window, and I meant to close down another window, actually. But we appreciate the support for you guys sending in those pictures and giving us something I didn't know I wanted to remember until now. All right. This next real quick to talk about story, you guys that are into soccer, well, okay. Brentwood, the Brentwood, what happened?
Is it a soccer story?
Yes, yeah. The Brentwood versus the Wolves. That's a soccer story. It says a drone
I guess you could call it a soccer story.
Oh, oh. The drone stopped play at Premier League match for 20 minutes and a half. The gentleman, I'm actually going to pull a video up and discuss this. Well, I can't do it until I share the screen first. Share screen.
Right, stop the match for it. 20 minutes.
Go. This one, share screen. Then I go there. But the game was stopped for 20 minutes due to this drone over the soccer stadium. This is reported by Sky Sports. By FYI, by the movement and the size of it, it looked like a DJI Mini, but the game was stopped for, we can go back here and play it over. The game was stopped for 20 minutes due to this drone that kept flying into the stadium and out. So the refs decided to take everyone off of the field because it was an illegal drone. Had it been a drone for advertisement, this is just one time that the drone actually left the stadium here. They go into the detail, but every time the players got ready to walk back onto the field, the drone would come back. And we know that you're not supposed to fly, at least here in the States, they have a rule. You're not supposed to fly in or around the stadium during game time and up to a minimum of 2 hours before the game and 2 hours after the game. They call the field the pitch. They say the players had to leave the pitch in the 28th minute due to that particular drone. They were already a little upset because the game was delayed because two teammates had clashed heads and were both bleeding heavily. So they had to stop the game to get those guys off of there. But the Metropolitan Police have not found out who the gentleman was. FYI, the Wolves won 2-1 thanks to a goal, and they go on to going into detail like that. But this is what someone was saying. It keeps coming and going. I thought it'd disappear, then it'd come back and gone out of the stadium. We could be here all night. I guess these were the announcers talking about it.
That's a security guy flying it.
Huh?
It was a security guy flying it outside.
Oh. Hey, show. But my thing for just talking about this, we know you're not supposed to do that, but people don't understand the severity of it. Now, my thing is, if the person was outside the stadium, usually when you drop down into the stadium, Herman, you lose signal. Or I've seen it happen in several cases.
Well, I mean, are you sure that has to happen?
Well, no, but I've in most cases that I've seen like that, I've seen it happen.
Well, in most cases that I've seen guys fly the damn drone with no problem.
Yeah, but down in the stadium, down into the stadium, down past that.
Yeah. Most of those cases, people fly the drone with no damn problem. The only one guy had the problem with the lost control of his drone, and there was on one where someone threw something at the drone and knocked the drone down. But other than that, everyone that I've seen was able to fly in and fly out safely.
Well, listen, I wouldn't try it. I'm not trying it. I don't suggest any of you try it. But if there's a sports arena and you want to get the stadium, best time to do it is when they're empty. You can get into a lot of trouble. You can get into a lot of trouble, plain and simple, doing it. I mean, just don't. It's stupid to even try.
Right. Go when it's closed, or if you want to on one evening or around twilight when it's closed, they turn the lights on.
Right. We have stadiums here in New York, and other than like Shea Stadium, which is less than 3 miles from LaGuardia Airport, you can catch most stadiums when they're not open, and even with the lights on most of the time, if it's during season and there's no game.
Watch this. You could catch the stadium in Philadelphia, right? And it's on the approach.
That's true.
And DJI still takes off.
You're right.
You're right. I'm not going to say that. Well, DJI takes off. So
yeah.
With that being said, I mean, you can catch those stadiums over there.
Hey, Sunset Sweden. Hold on a second, Herman. Sunset Sweden, how are you, man? Are you ready to be interviewed, man, or what? You ready to come on? This is the Sunset. Those of you who don't know, Sunset Sweden was the gentleman who I showed a video on his island where he was living. The volcano was constantly erupting, and his video that he shot, he actually went viral.
His video featured on a few other streams too. And
yeah. I had tried to ask him to come on the live stream, to let us know his experience. He's had his drone hit with lava or steam or whatever, causing it to slowly melt on the outside. I don't know how many he's lost or whatever, but I'd like to have you on, man. I hope all is well over where you're at, Sunset Sweden, and keep the videos coming. But I did mention to him in the chat that I had wanted to bring him on and interview him. I think he was a little nervous. So now that you come into the live stream, Sunset, I'm going to try and hit you up so we can get you on here and interview. You can come on via your phone, laptop, or your phone and a headset. It doesn't matter. It's restricted in Philly, no fly zone all the time, game or no game. Yes, Fly Guy Merrill, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because when we flew there 2 to 3 years ago, the planes, the stadium is here. The football stadium's here, the baseball stadium's here, the airport's right here. The approach to the airport is going by. And we were able to take off with DJI drones and everything. So now they've made it a no-fly zone all the time.
Really?
That's interesting. That would explain why no one has had no shots at the Philadelphia stadiums lately. That makes a lot of sense. You know that?
That's interesting.
I actually, huh?
I got to check that out.
Yeah, because I actually wanted to go back there and film the stadiums, because the day that we went, the winds were blowing like 27 miles per hour. Too. Yeah, it was cold. The wind was whipping. Yes, it is near an airport. It's on the approach. Yeah. The airport is here. The stadiums are here about
still got clearance.
2 miles away from the airport in Philly. So we had no idea that they made it a no-fly zone all the time now, game or no game. So that's interesting. I'll be watching and washing dishes. What's up, Big Matt? Hope all is well. Yes, Sunset Sweden. I'm going to hit you up on Messenger, man. I mean on via email, and see if we could work out something when you come on here. Oh, Big Matt goes, I'm lurking. The first time a lurker admits they're lurking. But Big Matt don't lurk. He comes into the chat. He's good people. He's not scared to show his name. News just announced Ukraine forces are advancing on the Russians. Well, you want to know what? As far as that goes, Curtis, that's going to be a bad thing. Did you know the United States military is offering, don't quote me on it, I think it's $45,000 or $50,000 to join the armed forces. Check it out. For those of you who may be interested in going to war or serving your country. There's nothing wrong with serving your country. There's nothing wrong with going for the $45,000 to $50,000. You don't get it until you retire. I'm just saying. But getting back to that story, the fact that this gentleman was flying a drone over a stadium, they are making it bad for everyone. I'm glad, and well, I'm not glad that it happened at all, but I am glad that it happened outside of the United States. We have enough flack going on here in the United States alone. Wouldn't you agree, Herman?
We all right. I mean, I just think that we talk things into becoming
Existence.
problems. Yeah.
Yeah, that I could believe that.
And then certain things, shock value is a long way, man.
It is all out, period. It's bad news, Curtis. I agree with you. Tim Jackson said, check my messenger. I haven't gotten an alert from Messenger. I haven't had my phone. These guys are going through their archives. They're like, honey, you still have that picture of my mullet?
That's not even what he said.
Hold on. Oh, shit. Tim Jackson's funny. I can't post this, man. I can't post it. I'll forward it to you, Herman. Hold on.
No, I saw it already.
Oh, you saw it already from Tim Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people would think that we were a little insensitive. It is funny though. It is funny. Yeah. DJI Mini show says DJI Mini 3 in April 2022 with a question mark. Show?
Yeah, I saw the rumors on that, and I was going to tell you about that. But when did the Mini 2 come out?
Yo, Herman. Matt hit you up. He says, "Yo, Phantom Flight 101, what's up? On freezing vacation." All right, we will keep that in mind, Matt. Monday night, tomorrow night, Matt, or Thursday night after 11:30, I might be going out. I have to confirm it. As soon as I find out which day, I'm probably going to be in Brooklyn somewhere or Lower Manhattan. What's up, Ed? Ed, how are you, man? Love my drones. Hope all is well.
Hey, Ed, what's up? Oh, where?
Give an interview, of course, next week's would be fine for me. Sunset Sweden, I will hold you to that. I will. No, I can't put that, Curtis. That would be sensitive.
Where you say you're going to be at, Lawrence?
Huh?
Are you going to be at?
Tomorrow night or Thursday night after 11:30 p.m. I will be somewhere in Brooklyn or somewhere around somewhere along the East River. I don't know yet, but I will keep you abreast, Matt, what's going on. As soon as he's got 2 weeks, he goes back before February 7th. Okay, so we can get in some time. I was a bit worried when I was in Palma. Oh, you're not in Palma no more. Okay. Yes, I remember the volcano over in Palma that you were recording. Most definitely. In fact, I don't know what time it is where you are in the world right now. Right now it's 5:43 p.m. here on the East Coast in New York City. I will send you a message in the morning when I get up. Sunset Sweden, and we'll work out an interview.
What time is it there now for him?
In fact, what time is it where you are now? That way we can kind of configure the time and get things. Ed, I hope you're getting stronger, man. Good to see you, though. Wait a minute. I'm like,
what have you been up to, Ed?
Yes. Hope all is well on your side of the planet. But Sunset Sweden, I'll definitely get you in the morning. What time is it where you are now? Mm-hmm. And then I'll have an idea what hemisphere you're in and how long it'll take you to get to.
What time? Sending a message while he's sleeping.
So Herman,
wasn't me.
What's in the plans? Jim's Droning, how are you? Welcome to the live stream, Jim's Droning. We appreciate you coming in. What are your plans, man, for coming up? You got anything planned? I mean,
as far as
it's now 23:44, so it's 11:44 in Sweden. Okay, cool. So this, all right.
As far
as all right, thanks for letting us know. I will definitely in the morning. So it'll already be afternoon, and it'll be lunchtime actually when I get up in the morning and send you an email. but I'll send it through your link on your page, Sunset, and we will definitely work out that interview for you to come on in next week. That'll work out just great. Jim's droning. I hope all is well on your side of the world. Anybody got any plans this week to do any flying? I'm trying to go out flying either Monday or Thursday. Like I said, I will not know. Little Llama Laura, how are you? And welcome to the stream. I will not know, Herman, until probably later tonight or tomorrow. I'm just going to watch the weather. Because if it's too cold out, man, we have to weigh the pros and cons.
Okay. I just know that I have some things here I have to take care of.
Yeah, I know. We can have a call before, though, if you want. Yes, definitely. I would. I could set up something, Sunset Sweden, that we can test out to make sure you have everything working. Fine. Phantom 4 Pro still kicks ass 6 years plus later. You're right about that, Matt. You're right. 6 years later, still the only drone with the physical aperture. There are others, but I mean, come on. Phantom 4 Pro has been there for 6 years, Herman. That's a lot. 47 here in cold. Ed, 47 is good weather to fly in, bro. But I forget, you're somewhere where it's warm. So 47. It's cold here in Canada, windy morning.
Where are you at, Ed? That it's cold at 47 degrees. I mean, it is kind of cold. I mean,
windy across the pond from you now. You know
see,
what?
That's where the problem is when you start getting that wind.
Yeah, if it is -8, damn. Nah, we don't fly in minus weather. We don't fly in weather below 30 degrees.
Well,
I have flown in 30-degree weather without the wind, though. Jim's droning, so I understand totally. But -8, you can keep that. You can keep the glove warmers and everything. I'm staying inside.
It's like that.
Huh?
It's like that.
Yeah, man. But listen, Phantom 4 Pro is solid. What's up, Mikey? Fly Zone Drones. Hope all is well. I flew 18 degrees this morning. Fly Guy Merrill? The sky controls? Yeah, of course you can fly every day. You're in Hawaii, dude. I'm so hating right now. Winter. In the winter, it hits 70 degrees. I mean, come on.
You know what's funny? It's going to be cold as shit tomorrow, but it's going to have good wind out.
It's going to be cold as hell, but no wind, right? See, I'll fly in weather like that. I will fly in cold weather. If there's wind, we're not doing it. New York must be cold now. The temperature in New York?
It's 36 degrees.
36 degrees? Yeah, I'm going to update mine. It said 36 degrees Fahrenheit and feels like, well, where I am in New York, 36 degrees Fahrenheit, and it feels like 27. But where I live, it's always 10 degrees colder than some other parts of the 5 boroughs. Light snow with 33 mile per hour gusts. Damn.
I don't know about that.
Warmed up to 22 today. If you call that warming up.
I don't think you got a real feel of 10 degrees colder than the rest of the city. Monticello is usually 10 degrees colder than New York City. Easy. And you have nowhere near Monticello temperatures.
True. This is true.
Like right now, in this area, right, it said is what? 37 degrees, 36 degrees. With the real feel is 28.
All right, see, same like out here, off by 1 degree.
So so it's not much of a difference if anything at all.
Okay, well, we got a story here. Herman had did a story about the Drone Soccer League. And U.S. Drone Soccer League launched today with the Kickstarter campaign to fund aviation education in Colorado, New York, and Ohio.
Word.
Yeah.
That right.
Yeah. Those of you who don't know what drone soccer is, it is actually, I'll read it. With classroom lessons and after school drone soccer leagues for grades 6 to 12, drone soccer is recognized as an international sport by the World Air Sports Federation. Okay, drone soccer will be demonstrated at the World Games held in Birmingham, Alabama in July of 2022. And for those of you who don't know what drone soccer is, it's a cage net. Okay, you have internationally, it's 5 members. But in schools, Herman pointed out to me earlier, in public schools, you can have 3-man, 4-man teams. And of course, 5 is international. This is actually a little bit of it. I will show what I can show of the video, and then I'll have to stop it and I can forward it to you guys and you could watch it. But they are drones inside of a globe, and the object is to get your drone through these hoops at the end. But you also have blockers. Like this guy just ran through and flew through, and that would be points for each time you go through. Usually they have guys standing in front or a drone in front of the hole trying to block you from going in. But this program goes on to show these kids how to build, repair, and fly these drones. So not only are you becoming a drone pilot, but you're learning the skills of an engineer to basically fix them. The platform is open platform. Herman also pointed out in the story that he did before, they're using Betaflight to program these drones. Okay, so now you're learning how to build drones, you're learning how to build and repair drones, and you're learning how to build, repair, and fly. Now the 5-player teams that they have in, I guess, which will be the international games or world games, that'll be started in Alabama in July of 2022. I would be interested to see. You have anything input on this, Herman? I mean, you did the story first.
Well, this was started last February. February of 21, by a gentleman, Kyle Sanders, who's a vice president of education and development with the U.S. Drone Soccer League. He's also a graduate of the Air Force Academy and is Air Force combat veteran. He was the one that developed this program and brought it to the schools, where they actually came up with this entire system from end to end, where they have come up with a system where they found a drone that they can actually use after trial and error of teaching these kids how to build their own drone, how to repair their drone on the fly. Because remember, in the drone soccer, it's a full contact sport where drones are used to block other drones so the other one can score. So a lot of times the drones are damaged and they need to be able to repair these drones on the fly. So it's a lesson for teaching the kids how to build, repair, and also program these drones with the Betaflight and stuff like that. So like Lawrence had mentioned, but it's a good program that he brought. Was the STEM program. They launched this about a year ago in a research development to get all of the knowledge that they now finally have a specific drone they're going to use, and the whole system is all one now. But this racing, well, I shouldn't racing, but the drone soccer actually started in South Korea. And there's a whole league already before they even had this in the schools. So now these kids that are in these schools have got the opportunity now to play
in Sweden.
in these international tournaments. So it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing for the kids. Beautiful. They learn a lot about drones and everything that still with, even like we talk about coding and stuff like that. This is get the kids involved, and this is where the only way that the United States is going to build on the
going to catch up
next level. The next level. I wouldn't even say so much about catching up as far as the country is concerned, but knowledge. Because this technology and manufacturing is a lot of it is just manufacturing. A lot of these people, they're not privy to the science and the technology to take this and run with it elsewhere either. They're just in manufacturing, just like any place else.
Hey, I agree. And the story goes on to say that everybody wins on all fronts, and everyone wins on all fronts with drone soccer because of the fact that they're learning these skills. Now, if you are interested in trying to bring this drone soccer league or this part of STEM and this part of introducing drones to your school, the U.S. Drone Soccer League has complete demo bundles, including a drone. Accessories are available for the discounted price of $375 if you buy in bulk and $410 in retail. So I'm assuming you get the cage. You get a radio, you get tools, and the drone with parts, which isn't bad for $375 to $410.
Yeah, that's basically the range that they wanted.
$375, right?
This is the link range they were talking about a year ago. Yeah.
Right. If you want or find this interesting, you can go to this site right here. They tell you everything that they're doing. But from the Drone Soccer League, I like the fact that this is a whole website dedicated to they're done with their beta testing. They want you to give them an email. If your school has a budget for it or doesn't have a budget, they have an educating trainer.
Well, the thing was to make it affordable, was that people could actually take advantage of it. What a drone could actually cost in parts and stuff like that. And they find something that was affordable and that was capable of being used for this,
Right. So even if it's not in your state, click on this link. You might be the first to get this incorporated in your state here in the United States. They are if you go to that site that I just posted there, they are very much interested in finding out who you are and why you're checking out their page and what can they do to help promote what they're doing for kids across America.
Okay.
So I thought it would be really interesting to and this is full contact robotics. Okay, we're not talking, bump here and then sit back. The cages are designed to bang into each other, fall, hit the ground, and these kids are taught you can't fly that thing if you don't know how to build it. You can't build it if you don't learn. So there's a bunch of options here for it. I'm for it 100% though.
Well, it's part of the program. The program is to teach you how to take a pile of parts and get yourself in the game.
I agree with him. He says kids learn way more than we did.
Program it and learn how to play the sport. Learn how to fly.
We're using beta flight. That's right. I said beta flight. I'm an analog flyer. I still use beta flight and emu flight and stuff like that. People are like, you should go to KISS and all these other flight protocols or different protocols. But what they don't tell you is when you go to KISS protocol and those other ones outside of beta flight and emu flight, Herman, it's a whole different concept. It's not like you have a car with 4 wheels, a motor, transmission. You have those components, But it's like driving a new car. You're used to where the blinker is on your car, right? But if you get in someone else's car, it may be in another spot.
Yeah,
Used to be you're used to where the radio button is in your car, right? In someone else's car, you may have to reach over. And that's pretty much what they are. But I'm happy with Betaflight. I've been using it for a few years now. I have no complaints. Betaflight, Emu Flight, and if they're teaching Betaflight to kids, they can teach any type of drone protocol, or should I say, what's a good word for it? Protocol for it. Environment, software. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words right now. I'm trying to do.
What happened, Bob? He typed in the wrong what? The wrong tag. No, Bob. Bob was saying he typed in the wrong tag. I don't know.
Oh. But check out the site. You may be interested in seeing how you could bring this to a local school near you. They're willing to talk with you and talk to the people that they may have to in a school to perhaps bring this in. And if the school has it in a budget, it could be one of the best things for kids 6 to 12.
Well, that's interesting.
Now, keep in mind, huh?
No, I'm saying it's for grades 6 through 12, so.
Yeah, grades 6 through 12. I'm sorry, not ages 6 through 12. I'm sorry. I could have been saying that wrong for a while there. Now, there's another story here that we have, which is kind of interesting because I'm trying to scroll down to the statistics of it before I get into the story. Okay, here it is. Urban mobility sector is estimated to increase by 9% annually, with the projected U.S. market becoming $12.7 billion by the year 2027. Okay, and is up to $1 trillion US dollars in the next 20 years. Now, the reason I'm reading this is because everyone's investing in air mobility, they're investing in eVTOLs they're doing, but this story has to do with a company that's going a little beyond that. Everyone wants air taxi, delivery drones, and all of these drones happening here around the world, but only 3% of last year's drone industry invested only $150 million in physical ground infrastructure for drones. And what I mean by physical ground infrastructure for drones, this story has to do with the fact that urban airports funded by Hyundai SuperNow, Hyundai, the car dealer, SuperNow is their air mobility division of Hyundai Motor Group. And they're trying to integrate these urban airports into to create transit networks. Let me just put the damn picture up. Where is it? Right here. Basically, there are a lot of people investing in drones. There are a lot of people investing in eVTOLs, but no one's investing in infrastructures for them, like airports. This picture right here shows a delivery airport, and this is basically what Urban Airport is doing. They want to be able to build 200 of these structures worldwide to see how they work. If you look at the picture closely, you see you should be able to walk up to this building, which also has vehicles pulling up, dropping off and delivering packages. Drones on the roof taking off and landing. But you should be able to walk to one side of the building and deliver or put your package in a box and it be delivered via drone or however, or come to this point and have it dropped off here and pick up a box.
Now, I mean, this in itself is probably not even a finished product.
Right. We do have to point that out.
I believe there's a reason why no one has been investing in the infrastructure of actually where they're going to take off and land, because they really don't have to. I find that Hyundai, and with this, talking about putting 200 of these out worldwide in the next 5 years, like I said, this right here in itself would probably be modified because you don't know the vehicles that are going to be landing there.
Right.
Hyundai's been spending a lot of money on this urban air mobility because, good gosh, on Wednesday night with those guys, 1:30, we spoke about how they brought an Altitude Angel to help them with this urban air mobility division at Hyundai. And Hyundai wants to get off the ground. They barely got their cars on the ground running 20 years now, and they want to take off into the skies. I mean, that's what everybody wants to do right now. I get it. Hyundai spending a lot of money to make this happen, and I'm curious to see where they're gonna be in the next 4 or 5 years with this, because, like I said, those drone airports, you don't even know the vehicles that are going to be landing there yet.
That's true, urban airports, but it's more so, like you said, this is more of a hypothetical urban airport. Their main concern is to have, I was just looking at, here it is, to create vertiports. Now vertiports could be anything from this building that I just showed. Here, I'll go in and show it again. Open image and new tab. There's a vertiport, could be anything from this building here, built on the ground upwards. Now, whether it be delivery drones that are delivering it and dropping off packages, or passenger drones, the objective is to have it, like Herman says, a vertiport somewhere, or these urban airports. The problem is no one knows what the hell will be flying and when and where. So it's kind of hard to say we're going to build 200 of these worldwide.
Let's look at this structure you have right here. You come in on your air taxi, right? You're going to be lowered down into there like a package.
Well, see, if this was an actual, this is considered a I get what you're saying. This is a vertiport. Now I could see, okay, one drone landing here, one passenger here, one passenger here, one passenger drone landing here. I could see that.
This looks like a fully
for air taxis. But being that this particular one is for delivery, that last mile delivery that Amazon and everyone boast that they're going to handle it easy for you guys. Now,
I get it, but I'm looking at this, and I got packages delivered to my house. So what I'm looking at here now, you're talking about packages being delivered to this thing that now trucks are going to pick up and deliver.
Right here you have a tractor trailer, you have a semi, half truck, then you have a van. There's another van here.
In the wonderful world when they shut down every single store in the world.
Yeah, sad but true.
That's how it's gonna. That's the only way this works.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got a delivery today, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Three USB cords from Amazon. It was ordered yesterday.
Right.
How much faster is that going to happen?
Right. And it's that last mile, because I know.
No, seriously, they've already covered that last mile. How much faster is that going to happen?
Is that going to be? I understand that totally, but I would like to see where the direction it's headed. I mean, think about it this way, Herman. It can't get any worse than what it is. I mean, I can't say it any other way. It really can't get any worse than what it is.
Yeah, I know. I'll see.
That last mile may even get you even slower. Who knows?
Can you imagine that?
At this point.
Can you imagine that?
What?
You go take your 107, $150 to take the test. You go take this test.
75 now.
You take this test, you pass this test, and then you're out there doing deliveries with the guy on the bike.
That's not funny, but that's crazy. That's crazy, yo.
Both of you out there in a smoke break.
Thanks, Roger. One problem is that people who design these systems envision them fully fleshed out from the get-go. Modern airports have evolved over time and continue to do so. You're right, Sho. You're 100% right. This is a concept. You always see something in a concept, like you go to a car show, and then 3 years later, that same car comes out and it doesn't look nothing like what you saw before.
Actually, that's really not what they do with a lot of concepts in the automobile industry. Most of those features, you do see them on almost all of the cars that you have. You just don't see.
Right, but you don't see that body design and right. Concept means everything from the tires up. I get it. I do get it.
It's just like when you see cars on the racetrack. They're getting that learning curve for the vehicles and the products that you're going to see coming to you, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I remember when they introduced, do you remember when they introduced fuel injection in racing?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's pretty much
a long time ago. But you know what? It's just funny. I watched this thing with all this electric stuff, and I watched the Toyota 2 years in a row.
Sorry, Bob, about the commercial, dude. But if you insist, I do it every 15 minutes. I try to do it every half hour. I at least try to. Well, I'm interested to see where they're going to go with these vertiports, because everyone's saying, I think human pilot because of size. I miss. Right, NASCAR. NASCAR is the best place to see prototypes of stuff.
That's all racing. All racing. Actually, more so in your European racing, where you have more road car racing, you will see more of the stuff that you're going to actually drive. The 911 you go and purchase is not much different than the one that they're racing on the track.
Right.
Now, those all-out beasts that Audi made for the 20 to 15 years ago, 10 years ago, not that car, but those features, yes. Those motors, yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. So when we see that building where they expect people to walk up, Angie goes, I suck at Mario Kart.
Don't worry about it.
No, don't worry about it. Just hit the reset button, start over.
Like that there, what you're looking at. I get the concept of it, and it's not impossible. I just find the structure to be a little, because you ever look at the UPS drop-off boxes? I don't think that makes things easier either. Just bring the shit to my house. But I get why people might want to have that drop-off box. Is more secure than leaving it with especially if someone's not going to be home. The whole vertiport, if you look at that, they had where people could drop off packages, and I don't know if they're planning for it to be a fully automated or autonomous system that's sorting and moving. It could create jobs if you wanted to pay people to actually be people, and you didn't want to actually pay them to be at home.
I know. Every place. Go ahead.
I mean, if they could create jobs with something like this or sorting and stuff, but really for vertiports, what you need is a flat ground. These things. That's what you were talking about. Urban air mobility, eVTOLs, being able to take off and land. What we need is a flat ground. Somebody can offload the stuff. But I understand, we're in a day and age where we got to find a place to put all these people that we're taking out of jobs.
Exactly.
What happened? Mercedes and BMW.
It says Mercedes-Benz and BMW build some of the best concept cars that you will ever see again.
Yeah, they do.
Trickle down technology.
They do. Just the problem when they start racing their shit, that stuff don't win no damn races unless they're racing by themselves.
This is true. This is very true. Well, we have one more story here, And I'm surprised we got through everything, but I want to read the specifications on this because this eVTOL is called the Heavyside Aircraft.
Ooh.
It is owned by Kitty Hawk. It is a current flying model. The Heavyside was deployed in 2019, nearly a decade ago. So you figure in 2009, they were drawing this thing up, and in 2019, they made it come to fruition. This aircraft's maximum takeoff weight is 880 pounds, allowing for passengers up to 176 pounds. Okay, Heavyside can travel at a speed up to 180 miles per hour, and at 1,500 feet only puts out 35 decibels above ground, which is 100 times quieter than any helicopter out there. And the Heavyside has also demonstrated that it can hover in forward flight for over 237 times. I'm going to show the video, then I'll get into the story.
They still have the same color, that black and red color?
Yeah, they do. But they do have a few prototypes with other colors.
We spoke about the Heavyside. They did the silver look.
Yes, there was one that
spoke about the Heavyside a couple of times with this. And it's funny they call it the Heavyside because you can fly in it as long as you're not on the heavy side. I'm just saying, this is what size of the passengers. This got little boys in there.
Well, in comparison to flight time, right now, this thing gets 130 watts per mile, and these are different. These are different ones that I don't know why the hell I got a damn commercial here, but the hell was up with that?
I don't know. I guess
here it is.
They doing commercials too.
That black and red paint scheme. I will post a video so you guys can check it out. But this particular drone is working in conjunction with the United States Air Force pilot, and they're not practicing so much the vertical takeoff in a flight, but remote pilot in command. For those of you who don't know what a remote pilot in command is, you have a main pilot in command that flies, and the remote pilot in command is standing by with a second controller in case something goes wrong or whatever the case may be. But going up to the top of the story, in December, hold on, AFWorks Agility Prime took another step forward in December with its first government remotely piloted flight of an electric vertical takeoff and landing eVTOL. Captain Terrence McKenna, an Air Force Reserve pilot with 370th Flight Test Squadron and the test experimentation lead for AFWorks Agility Prime.
Yeah, that's the Air Force people.
Yeah, it's now, a mouthful. But
what they're saying is that they're flying Heavyside remotely piloted, just like you fly your drone, as opposed to being a passenger.
Yeah, Curtis, some of us won't be able to fly in it. If you're more than 176 pounds, unfortunately, you need to make bodies and wings solar. Jim's
okay.
You're asking for tech. You're asking for tech that I don't think they're quite ready for right now. They're still trying to get these eVTOLs and these hybrids systems up and running. Curtis Dart says, Herman, let's me and you buy it and go flying.
If I buy this, I'm going to have to live in it.
Yeah, right. Because it says Kitty Hawk, in partnership with Agility Prime, is evaluating training syllabus for their unmanned eVTOL Heavyside. Over 15 years of expertise, this pilot has been testing the C5, the T-38. I don't have no idea what those are, but he's working with Kitty Hawk and these guys to have a backup system, meaning if there's a pilot controlling this particular eVTOL, there's of course needs to be a second pilot in case that pilot loses control or something goes wrong with that pilot who's controlling that eVTOL.
Buddy box.
Yeah, a buddy box. That's it. I couldn't think of the damn word for nothing. Now, I think it's good because everyone's talking about, oh, eVTOLs. We have these operating systems, these entire operating systems that can fly your drone, take off here, land there. But no one's talking about a backup system. And this is the first time that you're hearing about it. The United States government
They have
is
to. They have to have that because of regulations, but just so all
right.
these systems are monitored, and there is someone that has to be there to be able to take over in case of an emergency. Just like I told you with all of those delivery drones, they can all see what's going on when the delivery is being made. Don't think that it's just dropping packages here and there like a meathead, and somebody could just grab the winch and just rip the drone out of the sky or tackle it when it comes and drops a package in your yard.
Yeah, this is true. But I like the idea of the buddy box system due to the simple fact, like you said, it is a prerequisite to have, but they don't talk about these things that when it comes to eVTOLs. How long before birds get lobbyists in Congress to get their airspace back?
Well, actually, a couple of Ravens attacked a delivery drone service that was in was that Arkansas, right? Where they were delivering.
Yeah.
This one area they had to shut down for a while. They realized that they had
They were
some
in the nesting area?
Yeah, it was in the nesting period. So they had some babies in their nest, and they really latched onto this drone and started to try to shake it out of the sky.
Packing it and everything. I remember we showed the video of it.
Yeah,
But
it couldn't get it to come down though.
right. And that's what, in fact, the bird, if I remember in the video, the bird landed on it.
Yeah,
and
tried to shake it.
And it was still hovering and the drone was going like this, but it did not go down. That's for sure. That definitely did not go down. But Heavyside and future models will not rely on an external pilot for flight operation, but utilizing this training method affords the opportunity for more intermediate and quality effective feedback on the aircraft, while also building out a training syllabus for a GCS operator, which is someone who would fly an eVTOL. So I could see them training someone how to fly an eVTOL and having a buddy box system there during training. And that's basically what we're talking about. It says the FAA's Airman Certificate Standards places student in lifelike situations in order to complete the lesson. So let's say, okay, a prop goes out or something like that, and the student doesn't know what to do. Well, in the event the student doesn't know what to do, the instructor can, via the buddy box, take over and possibly save thousands of dollars while training this kid or adult. Seen Army drones all solar running 24/7 on auto land, and if they need to recharge. Jim, dronings, I agree with you. I've seen a few solar powered vehicles out there. The only problem is with those, they are fully autonomous. They're not on the level of autonomous that we're talking with passenger drones yet. That's the government stuff that's being trickled down or leaked or whatever you want to call it. I do understand what you're saying though. Solar powered drones, is the technology capable? I believe it is. I just don't.
It's possible because we spoke on it before. There were fixed wings that they've kept in the air for hours and for days. It's all possible. I mean, but nothing's up anywhere unmanned, unmonitored. You know what I mean? Anything that's up there is being monitored.
I was typing, but I'll just try to take it out. But Jim's droning. If you're like me, I was just typing this. If you're like me, I just want to see something in the air.
We did a story on that.
The only way that I could possibly, what's that, Herman?
We did a story in this big fixed wing thing, drone that uses solar technology for flight, for power for flight. I don't remember the name of it exactly, but they were working on the amount of hours that this thing was up there for. So
right,
you know,
right. As far as the ones
I'll
that can
check
fly,
into it and let you know.
The military does have stuff that can fly around 24 hours. They, in fact, to show how much they've improved the Tomahawk missile. At one time, the Tomahawk missile would fly around for 8 to 10 hours.
Mhm.
And upon someone keying up a microphone, lock in on that frequency and drop in for the kill. Well, now, today's Tomahawk missiles can fly around for hours, much longer than that. And if you launch at night, it'll be flying until morning. It's funny when I see all kinds of concept for passenger drones. It reminds me of a cover of Popular Mechanics magazine from the 30s to the present. I used to read Popular Mechanics. I was a big fan of Popular Mechanics when I went to the library because I remember them showing a car of the future and how the back was swooped down. And I'm like, yo, it looks like a rocket. That same car was a Trans Am.
You know, it's funny when you say that, but just like with cars, even aviation, a lot of the things that you see these companies come out with, guys have been building in the backyard in the garage for years. You know, putting turbo on something that didn't have turbo. Next thing you know, that same car manufacturer 10 years later comes out with a similar engine with turbo on it. You know, these things have been going on for the longest time. Look, guys used to fly things made out of wood, all kinds of things. Now look where we going with this.
Well, I wanted to answer something that, hey, Jody, what's good, Drone Shots? I wanted to answer something that Jim's Droning put. He says, I want to see them advance quicker, especially because tech is there. Well, I'm going to give you the perfect example of what happens when people advance quickly and tech is there. Mavic 3. And what I mean by that is everyone was saying late plowing snow all day. Damn, sorry to hear that, bro. I'm glad you're inside, warm, get some rest, get some coffee or something to warm you up really quick. But I'm glad you're done. And then you got a chance to pop in. But getting back to what I was saying.
Hold on a second, Lawrence. Adrian, I'm gonna say this. I have heard all of the issues that guys have been complaining about, but I'm gonna say this: from what I've done, my usage of the Mavic 3 and the RC Pro, I have not taken the regular controller and I have not programmed or did the upgrade on the regular controller because I have not used anything but the RC Pro on my Mavic 3. The first one that I got, I sent it back because it did a couple of little weird things to the right and to the left. And the auxiliary lights, when the landing lights, they didn't come on, so I took that back. I got another one. I have not experienced the issues that a lot of people have complained about with the disconnections. The only issue that I do have with it is that the neck is loose. The neck will move once you put it in that in the muzzle, and it does hit the legs.
So
other than that, I have not had any real issues with the RC Pro controller. I'm not going to say that those issues don't exist with some guys, but you know, it all. I don't know what guys do about programming and how they program, or you know, with the as soon as they use the word program, but do the updates and stuff like that on their drones. I don't know. Maybe it's. I don't know. I don't know if I won't say it's a hardware issue. I don't know. You know, it could be a software issue. I mean, as some of the parts that they use to put it together faulty to that point where there's so many of them that's having that issue. I really don't know.
But I just find it so hard that a company that's at the pinnacle of its lifetime to come out after producing so many well-working drones to come out with something. Now maybe they skimped on parts or pieces, and maybe, but my personal opinion is, and I typed it in the chat, I believe a lot of it has to do with pilot error. Because these guys are crashing every week. You're hearing someone crash the Mavic 3. You're hearing, I could be wrong.
That was from day one. Those issues occur. Guys crashing their drones. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know. I can't.
Right.
Speak. I'm just saying that as far as what he asked me, and rating the RC Pro,
your personal experience,
using it with
my guy Merrill said the same thing you said. He says, I've had no issues with the Mavic 3 so far, knock on wood.
Right. I'm not going to say that the issues don't exist. I'm just saying that some guys having issues and some guys aren't.
All right, well, I'm going to say this and we're going to have to get out of here soon, but I want to say, Adrian says, that sucks, Herman. I'm not happy with DJI putting out unfinished drones like that. These damn drones cost way too much money. I agree with you 1000%, Adrian Mateo, but you got to realize every product that comes out with bugs because people are trying to reach their launch dates. And if they could put out a drone missing a few things and update it via firmware, they're damn sure going to do it. And it's not just DJI, it's car companies, it's keyboard makers, it's the people that make these microphones, it's all over. So it's not just DJI, everyone's doing it.
I paid $2,000 for a camera, and the first thing I had to do was a firmware update. I mean, all of these products are like this. I mean, everything is to come, is to come, is to come, is to come. I mean, once we started accepting it, I won't blame that on DJI, because once we start accepting that one with anything, you knew everybody was going to start doing it. It's the same way once you started buying into that bullshit chip shortage shit, they were going to find a way to raise the price on everything. Then there became a shortage on damn cream cheese and friggin' mayonnaise, and a shortage on chicken, and a shortage on this. And then because they got you to buy into that shortage shit so they could raise prices. So I don't know, once you bought into the whole theory of buying unfinished products that firmware updates had to correct and stuff like that, you knew everybody was going to start bringing that shit down the pipe. It's not just DJI. DJI did do it. I'm not going to say that they didn't. But once again, like I said, I'm satisfied with the product that I have. I mean, I don't use the intelligent flight features. Now, as far as working out third-party software so they can use, drone deploy and all these other things, that's something that, needed to be worked out with DJI and that drone. Yes, that you're right. That should not have happened. But what other drone had more updates than the original Mavic Pro? Come on.
The Spark. The Spark at one time, hold on. Sorry about that noise, but the Spark had an update every other week at one time and point, and nobody was complaining about it. You remember the Spark, which was a fail.
Mavic Pro had a lot of updates.
The Mavic Pro also. That had a shitload of updates.
No other drone had more. That's what I said. No other drone had more updates than the original Mavic Pro.
We got to get out of here, guys. It's been fun. You want to carry this? What are we doing Wednesday? Because Wednesday nights with those guys might be remote. We don't know what we're doing yet.
I don't know. If you don't see the posting, there won't be a show.
Okay.
But if there is a show, there'll be a posting.
Okay. All right. We just want to let you guys know we're thinking about you. We're thinking in the future. We're thinking ahead. There's a possibility there may not be a stream. Like Herman says, if you see a post, there'll definitely be one. We haven't decided if we're going remote or what. We try something a little different, but we want to thank you guys for bringing up this conversation. You have to keep coming back and asking these questions.
No, but I mean,
if you don't ask, you won't know.
The thing about the RC Pro controller, I don't know. Is it the controller or is it the drone?
Exactly what it was, Adrian Mateo. It was the washing machine.
I don't know. Is it the controller? Is it the controller or is it the drone? Who knows?
He says my washing machine needs a firmware update.
Oh.
Listen, we appreciate you all. Click that like button if you haven't already. We appreciate everything you guys do. And Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys. Go ahead. What's
Adrian, according to things that I've heard, there may be a update coming out soon. I don't know. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you all.
Definitely next week. Next week Wednesday, I'll definitely be on. This week I got a lot of things happening here this week, so I'm not exactly sure. So
definitely, I thought it was your dot matrix printer. Show says, "Wow." And with that, we're out of here. Good one, show. You guys have a great evening. Glad you appreciated the stream. Thanks for the support. Please continue to keep coming back. And like Joshua Bardwell says, maybe you'll learn something today. Thanks, guys.
See you guys later.